Alright, my fellow Krakens and fellow free-to-play players, I'm doing this video because of popular demand. In this video, we're going to talk about talents, what talents we should pick on our heroes. And I'm here to basically give you peace of mind. Before we dive into that, if you guys want to help and support the channel, if you want to put your hand on free rewards, make sure you guys head over to the announcement, bind your invitation code to claim the grand prize, and it should bring you to this freaking link right here. Now, I have been told that they fixed it, so now you should be able to do it from in-game. Use code Skratch, the only one that really matters, and if this does not work, click on the link in the description or the pinned comment. That one seems to work better. At least it used to work better. But if they fix this, you should be fine. Let's talk about talents, guys. And make sure you subscribe to the channel if you want to keep up to date with more Dragonheir content. And if you are looking for a tier list, because I'm still seeing people asking it, I released a video explaining you how to use my tier list. And you can click in the description or the pinned comment and it's going to be a link. Check out the tier list. Click on it, make yourself a copy, and enjoy. Talents. Talents are extremely important this time around on our characters. What talents should we pick? Well, it really depends what you're planning to do with the character, in what team you are using the character, and of course, which character are we talking about. Now, the first two talents will be universal for all of the characters. After, you're going to have 3 different trees. Now, I've seen a lot of you guys being extremely panicked about, oh my god, what should I pick? Guys, it doesn't freaking matter. You know why? Because you can select each one of them just like this. 10,000 gold and bang, you swapped. 10,000 gold, bang, you swapped. 10 more thousand gold, which is literally pennies, and you swapped back to the other talent. It does not matter what you're picking. You cannot make any mistakes with that. Just to give you peace of mind, okay? So the hard part being taken out of the way, let's discuss a bit about some of the best things you could potentially pick. So, for example, we have Irzilas right here. He is a summoner. He buffs the team. He deals some damage, but not crazy damage. While dealing damage with the ultimate skill, deals additional damage by a specific multiplier. Then, when the hero's HP is above 60%, their attack increases by 10. Now, this seems to be a pretty good one depending on what content you are doing, if you can keep his HP high enough. Then, right here, when casting an ultimate skill, the hero gains 1% attack up to 10 times, which means that he will boost his attack in the first 200 seconds up to 10%. Now, this is already doing more. This is already doing more straight away. You don't have to wait 200 seconds, right? But it's all about reaching the final talent, which tends to do more. For each summoned unit that vanishes, increases the hero's attack by 1%. So when you're using him with Lelwanis, a lot of them will vanish. Even if you're not using him with Lelwanis, a lot of them will vanish because they will die. So this is a very good one. Then, an ally summoned unit deals 50% attack necrotic damage to surrounding enemies when they vanish. An ally. So I'm not sure if it will work for every single summon that does disappear from there and will deal this much damage. But if it will work for every single one of them, considering that this unit does not really deal the craziest damage, this talent might be a better pick for Temporal Vortex and other content. Then the final one, when casting a battle skill or ultimate skill, damage increases by 3% for each summoned unit present, up to 24%. So for example, right here, you will need those summoned units to stay on the board. You don't want them to get devoured by Lelwanis to make the most out of it. So this could potentially be a good talent if you're not using Lelwanis. But the other two are already better if you're using Lelwanis. As I've mentioned, the middle one is a bit unclear. I'm not sure how exactly it will work. So, once again, is about testing a little bit, is about your team composition, and then you can select the talent that you want. But it does not matter with what you start. Every talent that you are picking right now, it will help you a little bit. Does not matter which tree. This is something that becomes a bit more complex based on your team composition and, of course, the enemy that you are facing. Then, if we're gonna go to a healer, for example, so we have Thorin right here. Once again, the first two are standard. This one, the hero gains defense. Now, is basically for 5 seconds when he's being healed. That's not really going to benefit him that much. The second one, after every 2 healing skill costs, next healing grants the target a shield equal to the hero's 10% max HP. Now, this is already really good for content like the Grave of Venom, where you need to basically keep your tank alive. So he's going to heal pretty often, which means that he's going to shield your tank as well. Very, very good to help your tank to survive. Then, when healing, there's a 50% chance to increase the healing amount. Really nice too. And the last one, after using the ultimate skill each time, healing effects are enhanced up to 10 stacks. Really good once again, because you're just going to generate more healing. This one will give damage reduction for 5 seconds to the healed target if they are ranged units. This is not really gonna cut it off because the tanks are melee heroes, and you usually want to put him behind a tank, right? So you beef up your tank to survive. But in some content, you might want to use him behind a damage dealer maybe to enhance his capabilities of staying alive. And that's when this talent, for example, will be better than the first one where we're beefing up our tanks. So all of these little things need to be taken into consideration. But as I've mentioned, it is very flexible and you can swap talents around as many times as you guys want for the cost of nothing, pretty much. 10k gold is pennies, okay? Then, if we're gonna move on to a different character, I hope this is crystal clear because it's really not nothing too complex. Each elemental affinity / school of damage will have different benefits. Deals 15 increased damage to enemies with frost. Now she will deal that damage, not the allies, with this one right here. When dealing damage to targets inflicted with negative effects, increases her damage even more. Now usually when you're building Losenia, sorry. I do want Felocia, I'm just dreaming of her. But when you're building Losenia, she's usually the character that debuffs, she needs the accuracy, you might have Witch's Remains on her to apply the defense down, so her damage is not going to be too crazy, but you can enhance it if you're picking the first talent, right? Which is not bad, because everything is literally enhancing the damage. Now, if you're looking at the other trees, once again, this will boost the damage based on attack and accuracy. You might be like, okay, maybe this is slightly better, because hey, I'm gonna have accuracy on this unit, and I can get more damage out of it. But then it really depends if the rest of the things actually help. Inflicting frost on an enemy has a chance to inflict frost on an extra enemy. Hey, this already sounds better because maybe you do not apply frost on the entire board, so this can actually put it on a different unit. So when you have an AoE damage dealer going straight after her, like a Vitar, bang, she's gonna hit more targets under frost, which is better. After an ultimate skill hits an enemy with frost, increases the hero's crit rate and crit damage by 20% for 5 seconds. Once again, this will enhance her to do more damage, enable her to do more damage, because your build is already focused more on accuracy, so you might not have full crit rate and high crit damage. So this can actually help you. But this happens only every 20 seconds or so, and it lasts for 5 seconds. And the last one, after every 10 basic attacks, the next ultimate skill releases an extra snowball and inflicts frost. So this talent already sounds a bit better for her because she is an enabler, okay? So try to take that into consideration. I will be doing a video where we're talking about team compositions and what you need to pay attention to in order to enable you to build that perfect synergy within your team, okay? For example, if we're gonna take a tank, everybody asks me, Skratch, what talents you have on Uran, the tank, right? Once again, it's going to be pretty different in a way or another based on what you're doing. This one, after granting an ally a shield, the next debuff inflicted on enemies will ignore their resistance. I do not care about this. I can't even remember if he grants shield to other characters, but I don't think he does. I might be wrong, but he does grant shield to himself. So maybe that will work. But It will ignore resistance. I do not care about that. I want to get survivability. This one reduces damage taken by 10% while shielded. This is good already because you will have shield on him from other characters too. After casting a skill, reduces the hero's damage taken by 20% for 5 seconds. Battle skill, ultimate skill is going to be massive to reduce the damage taken, but it's only for 5 seconds. And this one, when taking damage under a shield effect, deals defense through damage to the enemies. I don't care about this either. I want him to survive. So moving on to the middle three, takes 10% less damage when the hero has a buff of any kind. Now this is already unconditional more or less because it doesn't have a time duration, and whenever he's going to have a buff, which most likely is going to be 99% throughout an entire fight, because either he's going to buff with his own passive, either he's going to be buffed by other characters. So this is much better already. Then this one increases his max HP by 30%. Hell, the survivability just skyrocketed. Then this one, when HP falls below 20%, recovers 20% of the max HP. Triggers once every 30 seconds, up to 3 times per battle. Hell, even more survivability. And the last one, at the start of the battle, absorbs 1% ultimate energy and 1% HP from all units on the field. All units, allies, and enemies. Which will basically allow him to use his ultimate skill faster and have more HP. So it's kind of like a no-brainer. I want my tank to survive? F it, I'm gonna go with the middle three, right? So that's kind of like what you need to look at. You need to read the talents to understand. It's just impossible for me to do guides on a general talent tree for all characters because it does not really work like that. More or less, you can get an idea on what you should use on each one of the characters, kind of like what to aim for, but it's impossible for me to do the ultimate talent guide and use this on everybody because it just doesn't make sense. It doesn't work like that. But you do have the ability to swap in between whenever you guys want to, but you will have to put in a bit of work and actually read what the talents do to kind of like get a better grasp of what should help the type of the character that you're using more. Definitely stay tuned for the next video related to the team composition, synergy, how to build them, etc. Then I want to quickly talk a bit about exclusives. Now, I'm on my free-to-play account. I do not have exclusives here, so I'm quickly going to go on to my main character, and I'm going to show you something different there, because the exclusives have a special tree right there that enables them to do slightly crazier things. So if we're going to go to Vitar, for example, it doesn't really matter what the rest of the things are doing. I mean, they could be good. I haven't tested all of the talents, so it will be a bit irresponsible for me to say that this is going to be the best no matter what. But on the first impression, getting the tree that has this ultimate, you see, slightly different color. It's like a bluish rather than a plain white gray. So this top three right here for my Vitar has this final talent that is basically like a special one for exclusives only. So rare characters have it only. During Icewind, all frost damage increases by 50%. Freaking nuts! 50%, okay? All the frost damage is crazy during her Icewind, okay? Which is crazy. The next one is standard. After every 10 basic attacks, the snowball. I don't care about that. I don't want that on her. I'm not gonna build her with accuracy, right? To basically do anything crazy. To use this, for example, like I would use it on Losenia. Vitar is not there to enable other frost damage dealers. She's there to absolutely demolish the enemies by being enabled by other frost characters like Losenia or Rava, the epic character. So it's kind of like a no-brainer that, yeah, the first freaking tree is the best for exclusives. If we're going to Lelwanis, same story. The exclusive is at the top. Each time Lelwanis casts Dragon of Death, she recovers HP and gains stacks of Dragon Blood. While the next one, an ally summon unit deals 50% extra damage. Big freaking deal. No, the top one Makes way more sense. But as I've mentioned, it would be a bit irresponsible for me to say that is the ultimate best in all of the situations, but 99.99% I'm sure that it will be, okay? And you just have all of these different types of characters. Damage dealers, tanks, supports, and that's about it, okay? Hopefully, this cleared out the air for all of the talents situation, what to pick, how to pick, and why you should not give a F. I was gonna say the word, but I changed my mind. Of what three you're picking. You can swap easily in between them. Now, if you enjoyed the video, do me a favor, guys. Subscribe to the channel. Hit that like and drop a comment. Help with that YouTube algorithm so more people get to see this video. And do not forget, if you want to help and support my channel, if you enjoy my content, and you want to get more free rewards, go and bind your account to code Skratch. You're going to get to help and support the channel, and you're going to claim more free rewards. Either click in-game on the link, either in the pinned comment or description. Much love, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Peace.